Dear student, I explained the frequency response of a second order system. To determine frequency response of a second order system and evaluation of frequency domain specifications. Apparatus required. Resistor 400 ohm 1 number, capacitor 0.1 microfarad 1 number, inductor 100 millihenry 1 number, signal generator 1 number, CRO 1 number, probes 3 numbers, connecting wires as required. How to design the circuits? The inductance L, the resistance R, and then the capacitance C, all the three are connected in series. The input is given using signal generator. The output is connected to CRO. From the CRO, we see the output waveform of this circuit diagram. The frequency response of a system is normally performed by keeping the amplitude A fixed and determining B and the phase angle pi for a suitable range of frequencies, where the steady state output may be represented as C of t is equal to B into sine omega t plus pi. The ease and accuracy of measurements are some of the advantages of the frequency response method. Without the knowledge of transfer function, the frequency response of stable open loop system can be obtained experimentally. We can see the data obtained from measurements on the physical system without deriving its mathematical model. Then procedure. Connections are made as per the circuit diagram. Sinusoidal signal with amplitude of 1 volt is applied to the circuit using signal generator. That means you can adjust the amplitude of the signal generator. You can set 1 volt, that is the input frequency. Set some value and then input voltage 1 volt you can set using signal generator. The frequency is varied step by step. At each step, the frequency of the output voltage, phase angle are noted down and tabulated them. A frequency response characteristics of given second order system is plotted. From the graph, you have to note down the resonant peak MR, the resonant frequency omega R, and then that is the damped frequency omega C. So the damped frequency means the zeta value, that is the damping ratio for underdamped system 0, that means greater than, that is 0, that is the for underdamped system zeta greater than 0 less than 1. For critically damped system zeta equal to 1. For over damped system zeta greater than 1 only. Frequency domain specification. The resonant frequency omega r equal to omega n into root of 1 minus 2 zeta squared. Omega n is the natural frequency, that is equal to 1 divided by root LC. The zeta is nothing but the damping ratio, which is calculated by using the formula R by 2 into root C by L. Then damped frequency omega d, that is equal to omega n into root of 1 minus zeta squared. The resonant peak MR equal to 1 divided by 2 zeta root of 1 minus zeta squared. and then you can calculate the bandwidth also. Bandwidth omega b equal to omega n into root of 1 minus 2 zeta squared plus root of 4 zeta 4 plus 4 zeta 4 minus 4 zeta squared plus 2. So using this formula you can calculate. These are the frequency domain specification. So frequency domain specification means first one resonant frequency, natural frequency, damping ratio, damped frequency, resonant peak, finally bandwidth. From this video you clearly understand the how to give connection for frequency response of a second order system and how to conduct this experiment, and then how to note down the readings from CRO and signal generator. Now I explained the frequency response of second order system and evaluation of frequency domain specifications. Apparatus required: signal generator 1 number, CRO 1 number, decade resistance box 1 number, decade inductance box 1 number, decade capacitance box 1 number. Then output terminal of the resistance is connected to the input terminal of the inductance. Output terminal of the inductance connected to the input terminal of the capacitance, and then the input terminal of the resistance is connected to the signal generator and CRO, and then output positive terminal is connected to the inductance, and then all the negative terminal of signal generator input and then output I connected to negative terminal of the capacitor. Now the procedure: R value I choose to 400 ohm, inductance value 100 millihenry, capacitance 0.1 microfarad. I set the frequency 307.5 hertz only. Then in this case I set the peak to peak voltage 1. So that is 2 division multiplied by 0.5 voltage per division, that is equal to 1 volt. I set the input voltage. Then channel 2 is the output voltage. So output also for this particular frequency 1 volt only. Now I vary the frequency by using the knob and all. Now I set the 0.25 kilohertz. So this is the waveform. You see 1, 2, 3. 3 multiplied by 0.5, that is the 1.5 volt output voltage. The frequency time division and all 1, 2, 3, 3.3. 3.3 division multiplied by 2 millisecond. You are getting the time of the output waveform. So 1 by time is equal to frequency of the output waveform. Like that you can vary the frequency and then you can note down the corresponding time and then frequency and then tabulated frequency, output voltage. Input voltage should be constant for all the values, 1 volt only, and then calculate the phase angle pi by using formula. Gain is calculated by using the formula, and then you can draw the frequency response curve, frequency versus gain, frequency versus phase angle, and then you can calculate the frequency domain, that is the evaluation of frequency domain specifications, natural frequency omega r, damped frequency omega d, and then damping ratio zeta. So from the video you clearly understood the how to conduct frequency response of a second order system experiment. Now readings. So I take some sample reading or 10 readings. I set peak to peak input voltage 1 volt, that should be constant for all the values. So frequency I taken from 300 Hz to 4 kHz. I calculated the omega 2 pi f. Output voltage is noted down from the output waveform from the CRO. and then gain is calculated 20 log V naught divided by Vi only. This is the model graph. X-axis is omega, y-axis is magnitude of the gain, and then from the reading the curve is started from 1 and then you can goes on increasing, then reach the maximum value, that is the resonant frequency, and then again that means comes down and all, and then after that it should be constant only. So the omega c at 0.707 magnitude of the gain only. So when the frequency omega equal to omega r, at that time the corresponding magnitude is resonant peak mr. So from the graph you have to note down the resonant peak mr value, natural frequency omega r value, and then critical frequency omega c. If you want to get a different damped system, undamped system, and then overdamped system, you can vary the zeta value. That means, for example, zeta greater than 1 means overdamped. Zeta equal to 1 means critically damped. Zeta, that is the greater than 0, less than 1 means that is the underdamped condition. Like that, you can vary you can choose the zeta value, then you can get the different types of damping systems. This is the actual graph. So 1 started, then goes on increasing and then decreasing. For the given value I am getting mr is equal to 6 only, and then the corresponding frequency is omega r. The corner frequency is the omega c, that is the critical frequency. At the time what is the magnitude? 0.707. Result: the frequency response of a second order system is determined. Then the frequency domain specifications are evaluated. Then you can theoretically calculate the omega r, natural frequency, critical frequency omega c, resonant peak mr, damping ratio zeta, natural frequency omega n, resonant frequency omega r, everything by using from a theoretical also you can calculate it and then compare with your practical value also. I given few sample of Viva voice question for this experiment. State the advantages and limitations of frequency domain. Define bandwidth. What is resonant peak? Define bandwidth. What is mean by resonant frequency? Define natural frequency. What is damped frequency? What is mean by damping ratio? Thanking students for watching this video.